Today I ran into a guy I was seeing last year, and it was kind of an interesting thing because it didn't end very well. I don't know, the difference when you're in your 20s, I think we would have probably seen each other for quite a while. So here's what happened. So I met this guy on Match, and he reached out to me first, and we met for breakfast at a local place here, a very nice one. And right away we were attracted to each other. He was probably one of the most intelligent guys I'd ever spoken to, and that is just it was a surprise, and I really liked that because I haven't really gone out with very many intellectual men before. This was a breakfast date, and for some reason I think I wanted to show off my place to this guy, and I brought him back here after breakfast, and we nearly tore each other's clothes off, but I didn't allow it because, honestly, because I hadn't done any landscaping. And I will say that is a really good way to stop yourself from getting carried away in the moment. It will work for me every time. So there was that. Plus I knew it wasn't right. Anyways, so I kind of wondered if he was just after that incident, and kind of he had to go, and because he's the type of guy who has a career with a capital C, and I don't, because I've elected to stay home with the kids, and I didn't go to university. So after that, I told him, you know what, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't want to be jumping in the sack with somebody. I wanted a relationship. I didn't want this, crazy kind of thing, and I wasn't sure what he was after. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you're honest about things, whatever, Took me to the nicest restaurant in town. And that itself was really great because when you think of yourself dating, that's what you imagine, is that you're going to go to you're going to get to wear your nice dresses and your high heels and go to these beautiful restaurants and have witty conversation. It was just what I had always imagined. So that was awesome. And then I got sick. I got a cold. Not really sick, just a cold. I might have this in the wrong order, but all I know is that he told me he would make me soup, and I said, no, you don't have to make me soup. Nobody has ever, I think, since I was a kid, done that for me. And anyway, he insisted on making, he's a Pisces, so he cares for people. That's what Pisces do. So he brought me this soup over, and I didn't even want to answer the door because I looked like hell. My nose was all red from blowing it. I answered the door, and he hands me this soup, and I said, you see, I'm sick. I look like hell. And he looked at me and he said, I still find you attractive. Anyways, I was terrified to have the soup because I thought, I'm not going to like it. And here he's gone through the special trouble of making this soup. He had actually taken a turkey leg and roasted it first and then made soup with it. Like that, it was just so sweet, right? But I was so worried I wouldn't like it. Well, I eat this soup. It is the absolute best soup I've ever had. I can only think of one, maybe two soups in my whole existence that I've liked even anywhere close to this turkey soup. And I was quite smitten at that point. At this point, I went on a hike with someone. I asked her if she knew him, and she got a look on her face. And she wouldn't say too much, but she told me to watch his drinking. And after that I did. And he'd taken me to a winery, he'd taken me out for lunch, and he always had alcohol. and he has an issue with alcohol. And I cried because I felt ripped off. Because here I find a guy who's intelligent, funny, interesting, seems to have it all together, and he's got this fatal flaw. Yeah, that's just my luck, I thought. Poor guy. Anyway, I don't feel like it's my place to tell somebody they have a problem. It isn't. It's not my place. So it so happened that he had to head up north to work for a few weeks. And I happen to have the oldest cell phone in the world that's still working. I have an iPhone 4. He said he was, going to be in and out of touch, but I never heard from him. And the first few days went by and I thought, okay. And then after a week, I was a little pissed off. And by the second week, I was done. I said, you know what? I don't need this shit. I just thought he was drinking too much up there. I had all this built up in my head. So when he came back into town, he texted me and I just basically told him, no, I'm done. You don't even bother texting me or whatever for 2 weeks straight kind of thing. And I guess he had been texting me and I didn't even get them until I think a month or so after that. They all kind of came in at once. Oops. Yeah, so I was a little snooty about it, and it turned out he had been trying to text me, and he just said, I don't know why you didn't write me back. So today I'm at the liquor store. I run into him. And he comes up, and I made a joke about, you'd catch me here at the wine cooler kind of thing, and he gave me a hug, and he smelled delicious, and he looked good. He recommended a wine to me, and that was good. And then we left and I went to pay, and he went to another till, and then when we were outside he kind of caught up with me and I said, this is on you if I don't like this wine. And he said, text me if you don't like it. I'll buy another bottle and we'll drink it together. And but before I left, he said, I want another hug because I want to hug you again. And then I came home and I cried again because I'm still attracted to him. Maybe they got a problem, like how big a deal is that? And then, I find myself saying, oh, well, maybe I could encourage him to be healthier and to, do some exercise and not drink as much. And that's not right. You either love someone the way they are, and I've learned from another experience that to love someone who's self-destructive or hell-bent on it is just an exercise in frustration, because it ends up taking you down too. Anyway, if you've had a relationship with someone that was addicted to alcohol or drugs or something else, let me know how it goes, if there is a way to overcome it, or is it just, is it best just to stay away? I'd be interested. Anyway, till next time.